Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast, where we bring you the latest news and updates from around the world. We have a fascinating story to share with you, one that highlights the complexities of religious freedom and minority rights in Turkey. Our top story today takes us to Istanbul, where the fate of a historic Greek Orthodox seminary has been a topic of discussion for decades. The Halki Seminary, which was closed in 1971, has long been a symbol of the struggles faced by religious minorities in Turkey. Despite efforts to reopen it, the seminary remains shuttered, and its future remains uncertain. The story has taken a new turn with the upcoming visit of Pope Francis to Turkey, where he is expected to meet with Turkish leaders and discuss issues related to religious freedom. The Greek Orthodox Patriarchate, based in Istanbul, has been seeking recognition as an ecumenical institution, but Turkey has refused to acknowledge its status. We've spoken to Archbishop Elpidoforos, head of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of America, who expressed optimism that the seminary could reopen soon. He noted that a committee of representatives from the Istanbul-based Greek Orthodox Patriarchate and the Turkish government has begun discussions on the reopening. However, not everyone is optimistic about the prospects of the seminary's reopening. Some critics argue that Turkey's record on religious freedom is mixed and that the country still has a long way to go in recognizing the rights of minority groups. As we delve deeper into this story, it's clear that the issue of religious freedom in Turkey is complex and multifaceted. While there have been efforts to improve the rights of religious minorities, there are still significant challenges to be addressed. We'll continue to follow this story and provide updates as more information becomes available. In the meantime, we want to hear from you. What do you think about the situation with the Halki Seminary? Should it be reopened, and what implications might this have for religious freedom in Turkey? We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're diving into a complex and developing story that has significant implications for global politics and international relations. The United States government is set to designate the Cartel de los Soles, a group allegedly linked to Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro, as a foreign terrorist organization. This move is part of a broader effort by the U.S. to pressure Maduro's government, which it does not recognize as legitimate. The designation is based on allegations that the Cartel de los Soles has been involved in narcotics trafficking and other illicit activities, with the goal of undermining the United States. The U.S. Treasury Department has already imposed sanctions on the group, and this new designation would provide additional tools for the U.S. to target Maduro's government. However, it's essential to note that Maduro and his allies deny these allegations, claiming that the U.S. is attempting to fabricate a narrative to justify regime change in Venezuela. The Venezuelan government points to a United Nations report that suggests only a small percentage of cocaine produced in Colombia passes through Venezuela. As we explore this story, it's crucial to consider multiple perspectives and evaluate the evidence. The situation in Venezuela is intricate, with deep-seated political, economic, and social issues. The U.S. policy towards Venezuela has been a subject of debate, with some arguing that it's necessary to pressure Maduro's government to respect human rights and democratic principles, while others contend that it's a form of interference that could exacerbate the crisis. We'll continue to monitor this situation and provide updates as more information becomes available. The implications of this designation are far-reaching, and it's essential to stay informed about the developments in Venezuela and their potential impact on the region and global politics. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, I'd like to share with you a powerful and emotional story that highlights the struggles of refugees and the importance of humanitarian efforts. Meet Mohammed Abu Daka, a 31-year-old Palestinian from Gaza who has been separated from his family for over a year. Mohammed's journey began when he left Gaza in search of a safer life, but what he found was a series of challenges and obstacles that made it difficult for him to bring his family to join him. Despite facing numerous setbacks, Muhammad persevered and even attempted to cross the Mediterranean Sea on a jet ski to reach Italy. His story is one of desperation, hope, and resilience. Muhammad's decision to use a jet ski to cross the sea was a risky one, but he felt it was his only option to reunite with his family. He attached a rubber dinghy to the back of the jet ski to carry fuel and food and met 2 other Palestinians from Gaza who decided to join him on this perilous journey. The 3 men set off into the dark waters of the Mediterranean, facing 2-meter waves and uncertainty. However, they persisted, driven by the hope of finding a safer life. After running out of fuel, they were rescued by a Romanian patrol boat and eventually made it to Germany, where Muhammad applied for asylum. Muhammad's story raises important questions about the refugee crisis and the challenges that people like him face in their search for safety and security. It also highlights the need for more humanitarian efforts to support those affected by conflict and violence. As we reflect on Muhammad's journey, let's remember the importance of empathy, compassion, and understanding. His story is a reminder that behind every statistic and news headline, there are real people with real struggles and real hopes. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.